I'm going to record this for you guys. I know it's a last minute pop-up that I'm doing, but it just so happens that my husband left and I thought this would be the best time to do it. We did kind of schedule it earlier. So hello, I'm Karen Falciani. I am the owner of Southport Pups, and I'm thrilled to be with you here today. If you're new, welcome. For those of you who have seen my lives, thanks for coming back. I always do appreciate the support. This is not my strong part of my job, but I come on here to try to help that you guys as much as I can. Our topic today is we're going to be talking about situations that we encounter as dog owners. When someone comes up to you and they barge right into you. I talked this about my class a little bit too. If you've been in my classes, this is just going to be a refresher because as you leave class, everything that we learned, we kind of drop if we don't continue training. But you know how the people can come up and be very pushy and they want to, can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? And as they are asking, can I pet your dog? They are almost petting your dog. And not only that, most people really don't even think and look at their dog or even kind of even look at your dog and what the dogs are doing. So what should we do? Should we say yes? And what if in saying yes, your dog is not comfortable with it? So we just kind of just say yes to be polite. I think if it's sort of like when you used to go pay tolls and you handed them the money, thank you for taking my money. So that's what we're going to be talking today. And we want to set some expectations. I'm hoping by the end of the day of this live that you will have some skills on how to be more, not I want to say aggressive, but more clear, because I think a lot of times it's just being clear to the person who is asking you and who wants to interact with your dog, and how to do it hopefully a little politely, and if you need to be even a little bit more pushier just to get it done. All right. So what's the what I want you to do is kind of consider two questions, right? What's the most common situation you face when people want to come and pet your dog? And how does your dog, with the history of the dog that you have currently right now, react to strangers? So let's keep that in the mind all the time. And you can write those down and come back and think about that for your next encounter. So I have a quick little story. So let me start by telling you that I was walking Sasha down in Southport, and I had a relative with me, and we had been out for a while in the beginning of our walks. She was really good. Her dog has no problems around other dogs, other people, or anything. Sasha can have a struggle, and I know that. And we're walking, and I'm saying, "Okay, like it's time to go home." Like, let's go home. And the person I was with was like, "Oh no, let's keep going." And I said, "Well, I think she's getting kind of tired. I think her bucket. She's met enough people." She's had enough stimulation for the day, and it's time for her to go home. And you know that about your dog. So let's remember that too. And as we were going back towards the car, and we probably waited another 15 minutes. In that time, I might have seen 10 more people, and more cars went by. People came out of stores. We probably saw dogs locally around us, had a lot more stimulation and a lot more adrenaline drop in her brain. And some little girls sort of ran up, and I, being a dog trainer, the person was with me like, "Oh, she's a dog trainer." I don't really say that often, but the little girls were trying to put their hand out. And so I go into educational mode, and I'm like, oh, okay, if you just bend down and, put your hand here, let the dog come up to you. That's the best way to do it. Don't put your hand over the dog's head. They don't like that. Try to come under. So as soon as I said, try to come under, like then the girls are going up under Sasha's head. And Sasha is a little tiny dachshund. And she did really well. I mean, she had no problem with the girl. She was sort of dancing around. And I said, "Okay, thank you. We're gonna start going," because I know she's dancing around. 3 kids around her are getting too much. But here's the thing, I was concentrating on them. If I had just said, today's not a good day, if you see me again, come back, or I don't think, today's not the day, I'm gonna go over here and you can pet this other dog if you like. I was focusing on this issue, and a jogger came by really, really, really close to us, and she freaked out because that's what between all the situation that she had, then the kids, guess what was the bucket overflowing was the jogger going by, and she ran behind me and was trying to snap at him. Now, I've never seen her snap at anybody, but here's the thing, you never say never with a dog. So I should have, one, it's time to go home. I don't want my dog to pet anybody else. She's done. I can see it in her body language. She's had enough. Two, when the girls come up and ask, I shouldn't have gone into like teacher mode and started talking. I should have just said, not today. Thank you. You're also so sweet. I love you, blah, blah, blah. I got to get out of here with my dog. And that is on me. So we want to remember, when your gut is telling you to get the heck out of Dodge, don't try to please everybody else. Say, you can stay. I'm getting out of Dodge. Do what's best for your dog. If that was a child, you wouldn't hesitate a minute. But guess what? Your child is not going to get overwhelmed and is not going to have a bad reaction. So what happens, the other thing why I want you to protect your dog and to tell people, not today, oh, another day, if you ever see me, walk on up. I have no problem. I'd love for you to pet my dog. If you see me again, I might be able to have you help me. There's a lot of ways that you can say it. Be very, very friendly. You don't have to be mean, although there are those people that I do say enough is enough. But if your dog does have a bad experience, what if they do have a bad experience? If you're going dog on dog, and if I do greet lots of times, it's 30 seconds. And even towards that 30 seconds, I can see it's bad. Say it breaks out into a dog fight. Your mind remembers trauma situations differently than everyday situation. So if there's a bad situation that happens, your dog's going to remember that for the rest of its life. So we don't want that to happen. So even when you're greeting other people, what's your dog look like? Are they loose and are they wiggly? There's all kinds of things I want you to look at. Okay, so let's think about you guys. Has anybody had a situation that you can recall in your head where you made a quick decision about allowing someone to pet your dog? And while they were petting your dog, how did your dog feel in that minute? How did you feel in that minute? Let's think about that. And you can pause this and you can write that down. Like, how were you there? Like, oh, I know this is going to be a bad situation. Are you apprehended? Is your dog feeling that? Is the other dog feeling that? There's a lot of people in this equation of meeting people to dog and dog. There's a lot happening there, right? So how is your gut feeling? Because usually you have some idea. So let's get some basic idea hits here. These are my notes. So understanding your dog's comfort zone. First, let's talk about understanding your dog's comfort level. Not every dog is a social butterfly, just like not every people are social butterflies. And guess what? That's okay. If your dog doesn't like dogs, the dog doesn't like dogs. They do not have to like other dogs, okay? Don't worry about it. It's crucial that we understand body language. Are they relaxed? A relaxed dog, real quick, is wiggly, okay? Their body's moving. Ears are nice and flappy. Jaw's nice and loose. Things that your dog is not happy, they are very stiff. If you think about when you're angry and you're walking around the house, you're walking with a purpose, right? And if it's a nice day and you're having a good day, you're walking around, oh, yeah, nothing's, you're good, you're loose, your body's loose. But when we're a little bit tense or a little bit angry, or you're getting some anxiety, you're feeling pressure, your body becomes very, very stiff. So you can start looking for that. We can look for some signs of your dog shaking off. It looks like they have water and they're shaking off their water. They're starting to okay, I'm beginning to feel a little stress here, and this is how they're going to work through it. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's a sign that they are working through it. Then there's the licking. You see, no, they're not kissing. They're working through their problem. You may start to see their legs spreading open and they're kind of kicking their leg back. You might see whale eye. People love to post whale eye. Dogs are like big eyes. It's not a happy dog. Um, the dog, the dog's like this. You know, people are coming towards it. It's going like this. That's quite a few good signs. The dog's going between your legs. I don't think it wants to greet anybody. Look and see what's happening. All right. So some basic body movements. But what if your dog isn't comfortable? How can we politely decline? You could say something like, very quickly, I try to address it. Thank you for asking, because we do want them to know that we are really pleased they're asking. Please always ask. But we could just say something cute, like, oh, thank you so much for asking. That's such a great idea. I really appreciate it. But today, Sasha's not feeling too social today. And honestly, most people are going to respect that. If they still come, you can, again, repeat it. Hey, thanks for asking. That's really great. But I think we're going to continue our walk. And next time, if you see us, please come up. I'd love for you, Sasha, to meet you. It's really great for her and for you. We'd love to help you. If people keep coming at you, I have told many students, you got to do the stop in the name of law. Stop. Just stop. Because people will stop. And just say, today is not the day. Thank you for asking. Get out. Today is not the day. And ended up with, thank you for asking. I really do appreciate it. But this is not the day for Sasha. She's just not feeling it. Or we went on a long walk. She's tired. I try not to speak too much. I try to use the same words so that when I am in this situation, it's very easy just to say, thank you so much. Sasha's not feeling social. If I say that all the time, it just flows very, very naturally. And then, so let's talk about training your dog for some social interactions. All right. Regular practicing social actions in a controlled setting is what's going to help your dog to become more comfortable. Start really small and increase the level of difficulty. So start people your dog knows. So that could be family members, friends that are over a lot, your neighbor that your dog knows. And generally, we want them to be at a sit, and then we let them go greet. And that's something that we teach in our classes. They sit, then you give them permission. So permission to greet comes through you, and you say, go greet. And they can go greet, and you can call them off should you change your mind in between because you don't like something that just happened. But that is what the goal is in your train, that the dog sits, then the person waits. You're going to release your dog. The dog's going to calmly walk over and greet the person. Okay. So that is how I'd like you to do that. And we do that in class, and it's literally starting on leash, and we let the dog have the sit position. When they're calm, we give the go greet cue, and we walk them over there. The person literally says hello, gives them a piece of food, and then they turn and go the other way. That is your very, very, very basic step. And we want to make sure that they're calm when you're doing this. And you want to do it with all different people your dog knows. And you want to do it in the house. I'd say 5 different locations. Then I would do it outside the house, 5 different locations. And then you could start taking it on the road. But we want to practice that before we do it out live in the world. So let's just think about that. What's the first thing you notice about your dog's reaction when someone approaches? I would write that down. What do we see? Are they calm? They don't care? Are they up on all fours? Like a dino? And how do you position yourself? Where are you in the social reaction? What are you doing with your hands? What are you doing with that leash? Because the leash has so much involved. Not only that, if you're doing dog, what are they doing? Because that's important, because your dog's going to kind of react. So I'm really hoping that you're getting a little bit something from this. If you have any questions, you can put them in the Facebook group. You can message me and I can answer them. I will put this recording in there when I'm done. I just want to do a quick recap for the socialization. We want to make sure that once your dog is comfortable with what is going on, understanding your dog's level of comfort, like, okay, he looks good. Oh, I'm starting to know this. This, this doesn't look good. I need to get out. Know when it's okay to say no. And with a bit of training, you can help your dog feel more at ease in social situations. Have a call to action. I'm going to challenge you to practice some of these on your walk. Pay attention to your dog's body language. Make a decision that's best for the dog, not for the person who wants to be with your dog. If you can, I would definitely have practice at least 5 greetings. You are welcome to put them in any of our free group, the Barking News, or if you're a VIP student, you can put it right in the VIP class. This is how we're doing it, and I can give you a lot more tips on that when I see it. I wanted to thank all of you if you've come and you've stayed for, I try to do it under 15 minutes. We're just a teeny bit over, but I hope you got something from that today. Any tips that you have that you'd like help with? I'd love doing these lives to help you, so you can please put them down here if you'd like to learn anything else. So my final thoughts are remembering your dog's comfort and safety always comes first. You want to be proactive and be clear in your social situations. What you are doing is what you are doing best for your dog. Thanks again for coming. My name's Karen Falciani. I am the owner of Southport Pups. I hope you enjoyed these lives and we hope to have you come back again. Thanks for joining. I'm going to stop the recording now.